Hello, and welcome to the Visual Arts Department Senior Showcase. I am Mrs. Rosinski, Department Chair and teacher of the Studio Arts here at Immaculata High School. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the creative works of our talented seniors this year. Typically, in a non-pandemic year, we would have an evening of art and entertainment that is open to the school community. Unfortunately, as with many other events, the pandemic has caused us to pare down and rethink the way in which we hold exhibits. We are very proud of these young men and women, for despite quarantines and virtual school days, they have created some beautiful and thoughtful artworks of which they and their families should be very proud.
Welcome to the 2021 Visual Arts Senior Showcase. My name is Mr. DeVito, and I am the digital arts teacher here at IHS. In this video, you will see presentations from our portfolio students, slideshows of studio artworks, digital photography and graphic design, our video production and animation reel, and a presentation of awards to our highest achieving students. You know, despite the many challenges we faced this academic year with constantly changing schedules and production restrictions, our students have risen to that challenge, finding imaginative ways to express themselves. But most importantly, they have discovered more about who they are, what their abilities are, and their capacity to grow as individuals. We hope you enjoy the show.
I am inspired mostly by nature and sometimes by the smaller things going on around me in life. Most of my artwork involves nature in some way or another, whether it's a still life of an animal or a building modeled after a tree. Some of my artwork, in particular my sketches, pull more from what's happening in my life or what's going on around me. For example, one of my sketches is made from a plastic chocolate chip bag, which I used to make cookies. Two other sketches are collages of letters from colleges. Art causes me to look at things with less seriousness. I try to have fun with what I create because usually, if I have fun with what I'm doing, I end up happier with the end result. In the future, I plan to focus more on architecture and bring a bit more of the lightheartedness I learned from my artwork to the functionality of living space. To achieve that end, I will be pursuing a degree in architecture and environmental design at North Carolina State University in the fall.
Photography, for me, has transformed from a passive activity to a passionate reflection of myself. My journey with the visual arts so far has certainly been unique. My first pathway into the arts was through photography club. There, I began my appreciation for visual art and started my amateur photography. However, I became more interested in journalistic photography and documentary-style shoots. Mrs. Kabowski and others helped me pursue my interest in this area, and I began to document school events for archival purposes. I was even able to learn rudimentary graphic design with different posters and digital marketing materials. Later, I was inspired again by the creativity of photography and the ability to express myself and my feelings through colorful and meaningful interpretations of the situations through the lens. My portfolio expresses my journey with these different types of photography. Participating in many activities in the digital arts program, I still cannot thank enough Mr. DeVito and my friends for the experience I have had and the knowledge and skills I have gained in all areas, including graphic design, broadcasting, journalism, and photography. I have grown so much as a creative individual, and I have been given the tools to achieve my aspirations as a photographer.
I always wanted to explore the visual arts, but I never really found my true passion until I discovered the creative possibilities of photography. I never felt that any reason to create anything artistic, but once I started to take pictures, it turned out I had a knack for it, and it was a lot of fun. Once I learned what the camera could do, I got right to work exploring different representations of nature with long exposures. For every different type of shot, I have a different approach. When I shoot pictures of the stars or astrophotography, I extensively plan the day in order to know the exact conditions of the night sky. However, when taking portraits, I often, more than not, create something that I and the person photographs will enjoy. I tend to stay away from putting some kind of symbolic message because I feel that takes the magic out of photography. In the beginning, I was uncomfortable with the prospect of taking portraits, and I primarily stuck to shooting large landscapes and beautiful scenery. But as time went on, I began to hang out with people that didn't see my camera as some sort of annoyance, but as some kind of cool party trick. My portfolio represents, for me, my journey as a photographer and an artist, and how much I enjoy the independence it gives me.
During the summer of 2019, the US Air Force had acquired a rather peculiar problem. For seemingly no reason whatsoever, a random user on Facebook made an event claiming to raid the Air Force Base Area 51. Now, troll comments such as these aren't uncommon. For the most part, they can be dismissed as bombastic teenagers making outlandish comments and jokes with the goal of getting some sort of internet recognition. But in reality, there was quite a large difference between this and other internet noise. This joke event had pulled in over 1 million active Facebook users, signed to going out into the middle of the Nevada desert, just to either goof around or cause some anarchy. Joke or not, this raid was a national, if not global phenomenon.
The U.S. Air Force is warning more than 1 million people not to try and raid Area 51.
However, looking back, there are a lot of different opinions on what really became of the raid. Some call it a complete success. Others see it as an abysmal failure. This all begs the question, what was the Area 51 raid? How did it happen? Who started it? And where did it all go so wrong? So, what is really the deal with Area 51, and why is it targeted with so many conspiracies? Well, with most military outposts, their origin dates back to war times, specifically the Cold War. During this time, the US were conducting discreet spy missions to gain intel on the Soviets. This was usually in the form of low-flying recon planes. A common fear, though, was that one of these planes would get spotted and shot down.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
So, in 1954, President Eisenhower officially authorized research and development on creating a top-secret high-altitude recon aircraft, dubbed Project Aquatone. This kind of project required a large yet secluded area so that civilians and spies couldn't find out what was being developed. Area 51 fit the bill perfectly, since it had already served in World War II as an aerial gunnery range. However, during the summer of '55, rumors started to arise. Reports of an unidentified flying object over Area 51 had started to surface. What these reports actually were just U-2 test flights. The U-2 was able to break 60,000 feet into the air, which at the time was far beyond the commercial air flights, which were only able to reach 10,000 feet into the air. Even military flights, which were up into 40,000 feet into the air, only saw the U-2 as a speck. Now, the military knew these sightings were just U-2 tests, but if they told the public, they would ruin the top-secret nature of the project. So as an excuse, the US government said, "Don't worry, it's just weather balloons," which would have worked if they hadn't made that same excuse in 1947 with the Roswell incident, also involving possible aliens, which made them look extremely suspicious. Oh dear. The next time Area 51 would receive more rumors was in 1989, when a man named Robert Lazar came onto multiple news stations claiming that he had actually worked at Area 51, not only seeing and communicating with aliens, but reverse engineering alien technology for human use. While the validity of all these statements are still up for debate, what isn't up for debate is the fact that Lazar got a lot of notoriety out of all these events. This notoriety led to a film being made about Area 51 and all of Lazar's experiences, which then led to him being on the Joe Rogan podcast on June 20th, 2019, which was then viewed by a 21-year-old man, Matty Roberts.
You caught my eye, and baby, that's why I've got a funny feeling that I'm falling. Show me the ring, and oh boy, I'll take it from you.
After watching the podcast, Matty Roberts went to his friends on Facebook to find that they were all making these weird, impossible joke events. Wanting to join in on the fun, Matty made his own Facebook event, based on the first thing that came to his mind. He named the event Storm Area 51. They can't stop us all. It was a pretty dumb joke, but it was a funny joke for a bunch of college students. Now, weeks later, after the original joke was made, Matty started to notice something. People were joining his event at alarming numbers. It wasn't just on Facebook either. Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, everyone was talking about this raid.
To charge the gates to demand, let's see them aliens.
When it got to the point that the Doomsday Preppers were showing off their fancy arsenals to bring to the raid, the FBI decided to step in.
FBI, open up!
Instead of a mock battle at a highly secured military base, the raid transformed into becoming an alien-themed music festival. While this reformatting did draw in a lot of new attention, the locals of Rachel, Nevada saw this as an incoming invasion. It was predicted that this event would pull in at least 30,000 partiers. which for Rachel, Nevada was a massive influx from the normal tourist. Now, most of the town was consistently giving out warnings, explaining to tourists that they probably would need to pack their own food and supplies just to survive out in the desert. However, there was one local that really wanted this party to go places. Connie West, the co-owner of the Little Alien Restaurant and Inn, opened up 30 acres of land for camping area. It looked as if the event was going to be a complete success. That is, until actual payment came up.
I do not have the money.
Now, there were certain expenses that needed to be paid off for alien stock. For example, medical teams, renting out fields for tents, stuff like that. Luckily, there was a company that was willing to help out the... Regardless, these donors were going to give about $70,000 in sponsorship money. Regardless of where the cash was coming from, it was a lot of money, and it would have helped cover for all the expenses of the party. But then things took an unexpected turn.
But the alien-themed party has just been alienated. Co-planner Maddie Roberts has backed out, citing safety and transparency issues with West with just days to go.
Being near the military base and being out in the desert in general was really stressful to Maddie. He didn't really want to throw a bad party. So he backed out, saying that alien stock would be hosted in Vegas. However, Connie West wasn't going to give up so easy. She had lived in Rachel, Nevada her whole life, and she wanted to host the party there, where it belonged. She even mortgaged her own property, which hadn't been done in generations, just to keep this party going. It was this disagreement that really confused most of the attendees, not knowing where the real alien stock would be hosted. Before any relations between organizers could be patched up or fixed, the date was upon them. It was September 19th. And the raid had officially begun.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz-looking alien! Where? 1, 2, 6, let's go!
In the end, there's a rough estimate that about 3,000 people had actually gone to the alien stock hosted in Rachel. And 200 of those attendees actually drove out to the Area 51 gates and goofed around. Of course, guards were watching them closely. And out of all those people at the gate, only one brave soul actually tried to run into the base.
Not getting in trouble, just a warning.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Guess all that internet hype just boiled down into one person. Or maybe there were more, and they simply just never got caught. So a lot of people criticize the Area 51 raid for being unorganized, unplanned, and just being a poor festival in general. But I think this brings up a really critical ideology. The ideology of expectation
doing like a big American
versus reality. For example, let's take something like the Fire Festival of 2017. This is often compared to Area 51 as they both had about the same final output. The food was crap, the shelters were makeshift, and the entertainment was kind of non-existent. Keep in mind that everyone going to this thing was expecting a 5-star treatment. And when the expectation is this 5-star rating, and the reality it makes sense that the festival flops. However, with alien stock, it was expected that nothing was going to happen. I mean, even though it was kind of lame and only a few people went, it still was better than not having it at all. Alien stock is always going to be an interesting phenomenon to me. It was a meme that actually happened. And you don't see that very often, when someone's wild imagination translates into reality.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Today I will teach you how to tie-dye a shirt. You only need 2 materials, and that is a t-shirt and your tie-dye kit. Your first step is to pre-wash the shirt, and the second step is to set up your space. Your third step is to tie your shirt. You can do it however you want, but I went with the classic spiral design. Fourth step is to prepare your dye. My kit came prepared, so I only had to add water. Now for the fun part, you can add on your colors. After you're satisfied, you can tie the shirt back up in a bag and let it sit for around a day. So for the final reveal, I really wasn't satisfied how the shirt came out, so I decided to add more color. After adding more color, I was definitely satisfied with the outcome, so then I decided to rinse it out.
I'm busy, but not in the way most people accept. I'm busy calming my fear and finding my courage. I'm busy listening to my kids. I'm busy getting in touch with what is real. I'm busy growing things and connecting with the natural world. I'm busy questioning my answers. I'm busy being present in my life.
Well, I love Seussical actually. I did Seussical when I was in 7th grade and I played a Wickersham. And ever since then, Seussical has been one of my favorites. And JoJo actually was like my dream character. So this is kind of like really exciting to me.
We start from the inception. We have to choose a show before we can actually go and put it on. So we have to consider our options and who we have coming back next year and what would be a good fit for our students as well as our school.
And this year we chose Seussical the Musical, which tonight happens to be a closing night and a tremendous success.
Lisa and Trent, they're very, very nice people. They help you with everything. They teach you what you need to do. They show you everything, even though they will be hard on you sometimes. But, I really like the fact that they push you to be better because they know that you're able to be better. They know they've seen what we've done and they know the potential that we all have.
Once they got me used to the show and the role and just the essence of acting, they really told me to let loose. And there isn't too many rules with this show, especially with my role. I had a lot of free reign to do what I wanted, so it was a lot of trial and error, but they really helped me in that process.
In a musical, you really have acting, dancing, and singing are the three big parts. And especially in a musical, what makes it different than a play is the singing is very important. And so I will teach all the singing. Sometimes we'll have solo songs, we'll have duets, trios, and then big ensemble numbers. And I work with the vocalists. I'll teach them the notes, and then I'll also work on vocal technique.
Well, Mr. Gasco's definitely, been really supportive and made me feel confident in my voice, because overall it's not my thing compared to other people where singing is everything for them. He's really made me feel more confident in my voice.
Class, look, I've been over this time and time and time again, okay? I don't understand what the disconnect is, but let's review this material again, all right? Very simply, if I have 2w squared plus 5w, whoops, make that a w. See, this is the kind of day I'm having. I can't even write the right letter with you guys. If I'm dividing this quantity, okay, minus 81, remember, when we are dividing by a fraction, we are multiplying by the reciprocal of the fraction. When I rewrite this entire equation, and hopefully I do it right, because Lord knows you guys aren't doing it right, okay? This is times the reciprocal. W plus 9 over w squared. Right? Right. This is 2w squared plus 5w times So as we see from the Emily, we with us? Right, Emily? Emily, paying attention back there?
Emily, so what do you think?
Yeah, of course.
Great. I'll enroll you into the Honor Society tomorrow. Now, keep up with your good grades. They're looking very good.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, is your homework done?
Yeah, I finished like, I think half an hour ago.
Great. I need help cleaning out your brother's room. Okay, come on.
Okay.
Do you think these clothes will fit?
I don't know, I'll have to try them on.
All right, they should. I mean, he's only been at college a year, so they should fit.
Oh wow.
What's that?
It's an old watch. I found it in between Alex's clothes. Nice, I found it.
Well, I'm glad you found it. I'm gonna go put this away in your room and you can see what else you can find.
Cheeky little thief. Finally, his desire had become a reality. His machine had worked, and when he stepped down, he felt his body to be full. However, something felt off. He turned to the mirror on his left and let out a blood-curdling scream. His face was distorted and disfigured, and he fell to the floor when he realized his fatal mistake. And focusing on the man that he wanted to become, he forgot about the man that he already was.
Mark, can you hang around for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
You know, I must say, your personal essay was really something else.
Oh, well, kind of makes sense. I've kind of gotten into creative writing recently.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was into it.
Well, then you've probably heard of the district's creative writing competition then, right?
No, I actually haven't. Not yet.
Well, that's too bad because I actually tried to enter your essay in the competition last night, but it got declined.
Declined? I'm not sure why that would happen.
Alex Black, which I'm going to assume is a relation, your brother maybe, because ironically, 2 years ago, Alex Black submitted the exact same essay and it was rejected because he himself copied it from someone who wrote it 15 years prior to him submitting it to me.
I'm sorry. I just needed the grade.
Normally, when a student's caught plagiarizing, I fail them for the assignment. But since you seem to come from a family of such vivid writers, maybe you want to come up with something on the fly right now.
It gives me great pleasure to present Michaela Hanlon with the award for highest achievement in the studio arts. Michaela not only is gifted with natural talent, but has worked to combine her care for the environment into her voice as an artist. Despite quarantine, she has pursued her studies through the summer, taking workshops and courses in environmental design, and will be continuing on to college to pursue her degree in a field that combines design, creativity, and the environment. Congratulations, Michaela. We know you will change the world.
It is my pleasure to present Michelle Chinchilla with the award for highest achievement in animation. Despite some of the technical limitations we faced this year, being in and out of school, Michelle nevertheless exemplified many unique and innovative abilities to create projects with the highest quality and conceptual character. Congratulations, Michelle. We know you will take your skills well into the future. It is my pleasure to present Joseph Stevens with the award for highest achievement in digital design. With an extremely high level of technical skill, patience, and self-reliance, and creative passion, Joe has completed a multitude of dynamic graphic designs and digital artworks that engage the viewer, make symbolic commentary on social themes, and offer a glimpse into his own mind. Congratulations, Joe. It is my honor to present the award for highest achievement in digital photography to Sean Castellano. Throughout Sean's high school career, he has given thousands of hours in and out of school to photograph events, catalog and organize images for several departments at the school, lead the photography club, and help other aspiring student photographers to achieve their best results with their cameras. Sean has also participated in many school-sponsored photography trips, exhibits, and has had his work published in the local press and shown in state galleries. Sean has embodied all aspects of the visual arts department with style, ambition, creativity, and school spirit. Congratulations, Sean. It is my honor to present the award for highest achievement in videography to Brooke Stauffenberg. Whether it is Video Club, Spartan News Network, a student project, or any other event happening in our school, Brooke is always at the ready to grab that video camera, microphone, teleprompter, script, clapperboard, or costume and leap into action. Always reliable, always willing to help, and always capturing that incredibly cinematic shot composition. Brooke has demonstrated the true definition of a videographer and editor with meaning beyond the picture. Congratulations, Brooke. It is my honor to present the award for highest achievement in broadcasting to Peter DeProspero. We are extremely proud of how much Peter has grown as a student, a creator, and a person. Peter has excelled at learning in the visual arts, but more specifically in the areas of broadcasting media, filmmaking, and documentary filmmaking. The Spartan News Network has benefited greatly by his technical and creative contributions, including the motion graphics intro sequence, graphic transitions created from scratch, special reports, behind-the-scenes production work, conducting countless interviews, and the many segments he has cut together over the past few years. Congratulations, Peter, on all your accomplishments.